We present the neural tangent link between CNN denoisers and non-local filters. For many years, patch-based methods such as non-local means and BM3D obtained the best performance in image denoising. In more recent years, these methods have been replaced by deep convolutional neural networks. However, while we have a good theoretical understanding of patch-based methods, a good understanding of CNN denoisers is still lacking. Deep networks contain millions of trainable parameters, making it hard to understand how denoising is actually performed. They are known to possess a strong implicit bias towards good functions, which has been hard to characterize explicitly. For example, it's possible to train a denoiser network with a single noisy image and still obtain almost state-of-the-art performance by early stopping the training before the network fits the noise. Having more parameters than target pixels results in an optimization landscape with multiple global minima. How can random initializations and simple optimization consistently provide good denoising? In the paper, we analyze this phenomenon using recent theoretical advances on overparameterized networks and the neural tangent kernel. First, consider the case where the noisy image is also placed at the input of the network. Assuming an overparameterized network, a standard IID initialization of weights, and gradient descent training, the neural tangent kernel provides a simple formula for the evolution of the network. Here, Y is the noisy image, Z is the network's output, T is the training epoch, and theta is the neural tangent kernel, whose entries are given by a patch similarity function which only depends on the architecture. Similarly to patch-based methods, the neural tangent kernel is a filter whose weights depend on the non-local similarity between noisy image patches. For a given pixel, the associated weights are higher in regions with similar patches. Moreover, an eigendecomposition of the NTK shows that most of the energy of the signal is contained in the leading eigenvectors, whereas the noise is more spread out. We propose an efficient Nystrom approximation of the patch similarity function and obtain similar results using the closed-form formulas for the kernel function compared to training a full CNN with gradient descent. We then consider the case where Gaussian noise is placed at the input of the network, which is the setting of the deep image prior. In this setting, the patch similarity function is not meaningful anymore, as it doesn't depend on the noise image but just the Gaussian noise. The associated NTK can be computed in closed form and is just a simple low-pass filter. These simple low-pass filters cannot explain the good performance of the deep image prior with noise input. We argue that this gap between theory and practice is due to the choice of the optimizer. While NTK theory assumes gradient descent training, the deep image prior uses the Adam optimizer. NTK theory assumes a vanishingly small change of weights from initialization such that the tangent kernel stays approximately constant throughout training. This happens due to the overparameterization. However, Adam-trained networks achieve a much larger change of weights even as the network size increases. In this case, the tangent kernel is not fixed anymore and adapts throughout training, incorporating non-local patch information about the target. We conducted multiple denoising experiments using an autoencoder and vanilla CNN architectures. When we input the noisy image and use gradient descent, the network performs similarly to the closed form NTK. When we input noise, we get bad low-pass filters. However, when we use Adam, the performance improves, achieving good denoising even in the case of a noise input. We analyzed the change of weights from initialization as we increase the number of channels. Gradient descent achieves a vanishingly small change in the L2 norm, which is consistent with NTK theory. Adam, on the contrary, achieves an order 1 change even as we increase the size of the network. In terms of individual weight change, in both cases, this change becomes vanishingly small, however of larger order when using Adam. Thanks for watching. We invite you to look for more details in the paper.